Awesome. So we are live on Facebook and we are welcoming everybody into the space.
Meika, we can't hear you.
Huh?
Can you continue talking to Facebook?
Sure. Welcome, Facebook, everybody who's coming in on Facebook. Also, you can also register and get the link so that you can, if you want to be in the Zoom space and you want to work with me, you can do that. Welcome, everybody who's coming in live on Facebook. It's going to be an electric day. I'm excited to work with everybody. I'm excited to speak with you. We have our lovely Facebook admin, Charmaine. So if you have any questions, please reach out. Say, Charmaine, I want to ask Miss Meika a question, and she will live ask that question, repeat your question, and let me know that you have something important to say. So please, let's work together as a community. We are open here on Zoom, live on Zoom, and we are open for your Facebook questions. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, so we are 1 minute before we start allowing everybody into the Zoom space. Good morning. Go share this. If you're on Facebook, go share this with a friend, because one of the things is people are always wondering about their purpose. Go right now, click the link, share this with your community, share it on your page. Let people know that you are part of an awesome community. Wake up, everybody. Click the link, share, share, share. That's what we're about. That's how we keep building, by sharing.
We are live in Zoom now.
We are live in Zoom. Welcome, 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 everyone. Good morning. I am super excited to be with the Wake Up community. Oh my goodness. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, Afua. Good morning. As everybody, I see Jennifer's in the space. Good morning. It's time to wake up, stretch, be alive. We are all here, alive and in community. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Purple. Good morning, Ariane. Good morning. Share, share, share. Share this link. Share it with your community. Let them jump on so they can be part of this conversation. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Wake Up. If you are new to Wake Up, welcome. We love to, hear from new people, see new faces. Grand Rising. Good morning. Awesome. So, where are we? We are at 7:02. Good morning. Good morning, Louise.
Good morning, Meika.
Oh, awesome to hear your voice. Beautiful.
Thank you. You too. I'm gonna love this session. The truth tea. Woo.
Yes, we might not be serving it so hot. We might be serving it iced tea. Iced tea today. Some iced tea today. Get your iced tea out. Good morning, everyone. Desiree, good morning, beauty. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cherie, good morning. Oh, Cherie, you gotta bring that energy. I can feel your energy through through the screen, girl. Good morning.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, together, we're learning, discerning, we're striving. Together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together, together.
Awesome. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. And welcome to my session, this wake up session on purpose. And, you know, when they asked me about, I believe it was Chantal, and last week was purpose, but I wasn't able to get on last week. So I came on this week, but we're continuing on the conversation around purpose. And, you know, we get to create like whatever, right? Because we say so, we have the power of our word. And we don't really understand how powerful the words coming out of our mouth really are. You know, we joke, we say things about ourselves, right? And then we repeat the things that we say, like, you know, I'm not enough and things like that. And we don't really realize the impact of that, right? And what it does to our brain, what it does to our cells. And it's so important to be mindful and bring awareness to all that you do and all that you say. And so, you know, on this topic of purpose, I really want to hear from the community, right, about their feelings and what they make purpose mean before we get into creating purpose newly. So, John, I'm going to definitely need your support, right? And people raising their hands, and Charmaine, also the people, the magical people who are on Facebook. I want to hear from you in the Facebook community. What is purpose to you? What does purpose mean to you? Right? Let's start there. So John, if there are any physical hands that are up, or any hands that are up, if they're not up, John, you got the magic wand. You can call on whomever.
I love that you jump right into it. You know, our community usually takes a minute to warm up, so we have no comments or hands, but I love to call someone. And
We're jumping right in. It's summertime. We jumping right into the pool. It's the pool of purpose today. Let's go. Okay, wake up, shake your arms, breathe. I know y'all sitting there. I'm not TV. I'm here to work with you. I'm here to expand the conversations within myself and within the community. So let's go, ladies and gents, raise your hands. Who's ready to work?
Okay, well, I'm looking at a name that jumped out to me, and that is Darlene DeFore.
Sure.
If you are willing to come off mute and share with us and respond to Meika's question on what you think purpose is.
Darlene,
Yes.
hi.
Hi. How are
Good
you?
morning. I'm good. How are
Good.
you?
I'm good. I'm very good.
Awesome. So what is purpose to you? What does purpose
Um,
mean?
I was writing, have a focus of what you do, having meaning for what you do.
So focus, and having meaning for what you do.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And
Okay.
so have you found your purpose?
I think it's changed,
Awesome. Okay.
but I'm still not, I've been working with discovering what it is now. And I'm choosing my words correct because I don't want to say trying, because I'm not trying, I'm doing.
Right.
But attempting to, I'm working on finding out what I want to do now and what I, what brings meaning to me. Well, I know what brings meaning to me, but how to actualize that and really move towards living in that way.
Okay. All right, awesome. I just wanted to get an answer from a few people in the community. So thank you for being first up and
Yeah, I'm
starting.
still getting the cobwebs.
You
So
said, what
glad you
about
jumped in.
cobwebs?
I said, I'm trying to get the cobwebs off the brain. I'm still just moving. I did my meditation before we got on. So I'm just, yeah. So it's just
You
so
are
funny.
here and you are rocking, okay? Cobwebs and all. We here, we live.
Okay, okay.
All right, thank you. John, anybody else?
Yes, we have a comment from Louise Galloway, who says, purpose to me means living your life to the fullest, taking time to self-care, accepting your unique gifts, and sharing it unapologetically with the world.
Awesome.
And I like to call on Luis. We want to bring voices, as many voices into your session as possible. So Luis, could you expand and would you like to share that verbally?
Hi, morning.
Good morning.
Oh, great. So great to see you again, Meika and everyone. I love Whoop. So I was actually thinking about this. Oh, I'm not gonna start my video because I'm not decent. So let's see. I was thinking about this the other day, and after me going through COVID and having the fatigue, what they call like the post-COVID and the long for like almost 3 months, it took really all of my tools that I learned over the past year to really not, have it affect me so negatively mentally and just kind of be still and work on myself. And I'm a school nurse. So like last week, the amount of children that came to me and say, we love you, Nurse Louise, thank you so much. And, I really love being around the children. And I said, oh, we were talking about purpose. And I said, you know what? I love that I'm in this space to be able to be around children and to show them that I love and I advocate for them. And I was like, part of my purpose is to be me, to feed my inner child every day, to share who I am, with the world and accept me and love me and know that I at least make a difference in these, wonderful children's lives and whoever's in my circle, I make a difference. And I'm going to continue to, try to shine my light every day and to live the best life that I can, knowing there's no mountaintop.
Right.
As Meika says, there's no mountaintop.
There's no mountaintop. We're
life,
continuously learning and growing and expanding. Exactly. It's not like, oh, I reached here and now what, right?
Exactly. I always remember you saying that. So thank you for this.
You said a few things, Louise, that was so rich, right? That one of the things that we say in the healing community is listening for gold, right? And one of the things that you said that was golden to me, it was like a nugget, is that love, right? You've attached purpose, you've attached love and purpose together, right? It's something that you love. That was one of the things that you said that was like, ooh, that's a nugget, right? And that one is like you're fulfilling something within yourself. It's not just the fulfillment that you give to the children, but it's also something that you're fulfilling for yourself, right? And you get to be playful. Like you said something about your inner child, and you get to be playful with these children. So I just want to, we're still in the inquiry of what is purpose, but those were the things that stuck out to me that you said that were golden. Everything you said was great, but that love piece, that's a great ingredient. Like if we were making purpose soup, I want to put some love in there. You know, I want to douse some love in the purpose soup. Okay. So thank you for that, Louise. And thank you for being a stand for those children. Thank you for being there for those children to even spark a conversation in them about purpose.
Thank you for this.
Awesome. John, anybody else?
Yes, Meika, we're warming up a bit here. We have Carol Kelly, who says, living with purpose means living with intention. And right after her, we have Catherine Jennings, who says, I am impeccable with my words while I am healing. And we have a share from Facebook, Keisha Coachman. My purpose is the life I choose. My purpose is what I am living for. I am not just a mother. I am an organizer, an asset to my team at work, a good friend, a dog mom, and countless other topics.
Right, right. That's awesome. Thank you from Facebook for sharing that. You know, like what I would, if we're putting something else in purpose soup, right? What I love is the I am. She brought the I am into the soup, right? Kelly brought in intention. So wouldn't you love those ingredients in your soup, right? Like you're about to consume this yummy, delicious soup, this life, right? It's about to give you life, to be able to put some intention in there, to be able to put some I am in there, some love in there, right? So let's continue. Anybody else want to come on screen about in there? Also, people who are struggling with purpose, understanding purpose, finding their purpose, discovering what purpose is for them. If you are questioning around purpose and you're not clear, please raise your hand so we can work, so I can work with you and we can bring clarity to that conversation.
Awesome. While we wait for someone to raise their hand, I do want to first apologize to Kaisha. I think I said Keisha. Kaisha, I want to make sure I get your name right, and I have to practice that to make sure I don't stumble on it again. But while we're waiting, I have a comment from Denise West here in Zoom, who says, "Purpose is my reason for being." Another comment from Facebook, and this comes from Charmaine. "Purpose for me means to know what my intention is and why I exist." Now that is powerful.
Right. That's the listening for gold, right? Like, why do I exist? What's the point? I always say, what's the point? What's the purpose? Right? What's the point of, sometimes I might say something, and I even question sometimes, what was the point of me saying that? Right? And what it does is it allows me to rethink about my intention. Because sometimes we can communicate with people and we're not clear on what the intention is, right? We're just out to get a result, but we're not clear about what's the purpose of our communication. What's the point of the communication? Sometimes we really need to give ourselves some time to really consider before we go out and do something, before we go out and have a conversation about something. Like, what is the point? What is the purpose of it? And so, you know, today we are here, listen, we are here to rock. We are here to work with each other. We are here to communicate. I want to see somebody who is struggling with purpose raise their hand. And even if you are not clear about what your purpose is, or you've been like, I don't know what my purpose is, because I speak to a lot of people. And that's one of the main things that people say is that I don't have my purpose. Meika, you found your purpose. At least they think that, right? You found your purpose. I don't have my purpose. So if you're struggling with purpose or around the purpose conversation, please be bold enough to raise your hand. You don't have to come on screen, but you can vocally speak with me, and let's rock, let's work.
Our next comment comes in from Jacqueline, and she is here on Zoom. And I'm going to ask Jacqueline if she would like to come off mute, come on camera, and read her comment and expand it with you.
Awesome.
Good morning. I'm on camera. I have to do on 2 devices because my internet is unstable. I wrote that my purpose is to discover those things that my
First of all, hi, Jacqueline.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, beautiful.
My purpose is to discover those things that my soul needs to experience in order to bring love and light to the world and to connect the soul as one in love. I'm blessed to be a blessing. I realize that. I realized that from a very young child. And I've always worked towards that goal. I don't always accomplish that goal. I don't always fulfill my purpose, but I'm in purpose. So I'm intentionally doing those things to do that, to bring love and to bring light. And I fall from grace every so often, but you know,
So do you, Jacqueline, let me ask you a question. Do you feel like there is there's one designated purpose that you have, you know, like Dr. King had a purpose? Do you feel like there is a purpose? Is there a destined thing for you to do?
I definitely have in mind, and it's not clear that I have a specific purpose and a specific reason for being. And I thought at one point that it was going to come through my children. And I pushed kind of my children and my son, thinking that these are going to be the saviors. These are going to be the people who come and help out, uplift our people. And I'm finding that, no, it's you. And that you have to keep doing what you're doing, because I thought I could lay down the mantle and just go away and just, you know, have peace for the rest of my life and never have to deal with anything less than love or less than whatever. But because I'm very disturbed by hatred.
By hatred?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very disturbed by separateness, this disconnection that we have as humans. So my thing is to find soul ties, and I like dealing with people who I have soul ties with, and I struggle with people that I'm attempting to get to know that I don't. Like, I live in a neighborhood that's predominantly white, a lot of Trump followers here, and a lot of people who are stuck in the dogma of religion or stuck in the dogma of politics. And I find that it's difficult to cross barriers with folks like that and to connect with them on a, you know, on a human level, because they're not seeing me as human. It's a struggle. I came up in the Bronx, so, you know, being around my own people my whole life, I didn't experience that, and I didn't know. And even then, I struggled with some folks. So coming up here is a challenge.
So, you know, Jacqueline, I'm so proud that you brought that up, right? And that you are vulnerable enough to even share that with the community. It's interesting that you would bring up where you live and the community inside of where you live and how you're feeling coming from the Bronx and now living wherever you live with, you know, living around Trump supporters or living around people who are in dogma of religion and politics, right? Do you know that there's a purpose and a point that you're there?
I do. I don't like it. I'm tired, Meika. I'm just really tired sometimes, and that's why this week has been like important to me to connect to people, my own people. I had to go down to the city just to get fed.
So, yeah, we got to do what we got to do for ourselves, right? For our soul and our spirit. What's interesting is that I used to coach men. Most of my coaching career was coaching men, right? So what that did was it allowed me a particular way of communicating, because men take communication in a different way than women do, right? And so I got used to communicating with men that particular way. And it was just like, and so my brain loved the familiar. I love the familiar. And so when I started coaching women, I wanted to flip tables. I wanted to be like, I can't take it, right? Because I was in the dogma of how I communicate with men, right? But the universe was guiding me in another direction. And as much as it was comfortable, and I use that word bold, just think of comfortable in big neon bold letters, because that's the world I was living in. And I was effective at it, right? Because we love when we're effective, right? And so when we go into an area of life that we're not the most effective at, we want to run back to what's familiar, which doesn't allow us to grow and expand, right? We are junkies for what's familiar. We love it, right? And so it keeps us in our box, and it doesn't allow us to move into the box of what's new, a new practice. And so when it came time to coaching women, right, it was a struggle for me, because guess what I didn't have? I didn't have compassion. This is what the universe was showing me, right? I didn't have compassion, and I didn't have patience.
Yeah, patience is a serious issue for me. And I get what you're saying. As soon as you said familiar, because somebody said to me one time that this made them uncomfortable, that made them uncomfortable. I said, I live in discomfort. So I can't relate to what you're saying, because I've never really been comfortable. Even in the familiar, I wasn't comfortable. And it's funny that you said that word familiar, because I think about that quite a bit. I don't know if you ever heard of the book, The Temple of My Familiar, by, I think it's Alice Walker.
No.
And well, it's about connecting, I guess, with your purpose and finding who your spirit animal is and, and things like that. And when you said that, it just like something snapped.
Yeah, because, like, if I am for the world, guess who's in the world? Women.
Exactly. And I know, and yeah, I know.
Right. So it was like, this is workable for me. Like, working with men was workable for me. It gave me great training. However, the universe was like, no, it's time to move into a different arena. However, it took at least 3 years for me to practice coaching women. And I had to go through the ebbs and flows. I had to go through the discomfort. I had to go through the frustration. I had to get immense amount of coaching, right? Yeah. But what it taught me is that I was moving out of just this way of coaching, right? Mm-hmm. And it was time to expand. And so it happened on purpose, because there was one thing that I said that I forgot I said when I first started coaching, is that I have a commitment to the world.
Yeah.
So once I made that commitment to the world, right, that means coaching women. That means coaching children. That means coaching teenagers. That means the world, right? But I forgot I made that commitment.
I didn't forget.
I did.
I got you. I got
right?
you.
And so now you're in this area, right? And there is some division between you and others, right? Or there's some division in your mind between you and others, right? And it's making you disconnect. There's like them over there, the Trump supporters over there, and you over here. But what we're dealing with, or we're still dealing with human beings. We're still dealing.
Absolutely. When I said Trump supporters, it's just to give you an idea of what I'm living with.
I get it.
But I'm not an anti-Trump person. I'm not a pro-Trump person. I'm not an anti-Trump person. I look for the truth. It doesn't matter to me where it comes from. I don't
care whether they were Trump supporters or if they were flat out racist.
My point is that second class citizenship that I'm struggling with, that I'm trying to, how can you say it? I'm trying to get past that. I'm trying to get. I think
what I hear, Jacqueline, is connection.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right. And so on purpose, there are things that as all human beings, I don't care where you're from, I don't care what background you came from, we all connect on a human being level. Every human being wants to experience certain things. Every human being wants to have safety, wants to, even the wicked desire the same things that all human beings desire, right? And so when you start to speak to what human beings need, right, it starts to actually transform over there with the other human being, because they start to relate to you as a human being. They start to see the humanness in themselves. You have no idea how powerful we all are as human beings. The only thing that disconnects us is what we think, what we make things mean,
right?
How we think of the other person, right?
That's why I'm out there every day talking to people. When I went out to visit Teresa, she spoke to every single person in her neighborhood, and that was missing when I was in the Bronx. I didn't speak to my neighbors, even though we were all of the same hue and all probably doing the same things in terms of our political beliefs and stuff. Very rarely did we connect. And so coming up here, I've already experienced this disconnection. So I'm coming up here and I'm trying to reach out and just connect on that human level. And sometimes it's a struggle and sometimes it's not. My dog helps because everybody loves dogs. Not everybody, but.
But that's what I'm saying about human beings, right? That might be the level of connection. Yeah. And it's not to say, like, it's not to go into your mind movie of like how you would love it, right? But it's like, okay, you know what? We connect on dogs, and that's the level that we connect on. But it doesn't mean that you don't have the connection. Right. You know what I'm saying? You're up there for a point. There's a point why you live there, and there's a purpose. Huh?
There better be.
Right. There's a point. You're there.
That's what it is.
You're there. There's a point and there is a purpose. Right. And the beauty about purpose is it's all in the realm of discovery. People think I got my purpose because I'm a thought healer. Meika, you found your purpose. Like I went under the rock and was like, this is it. Right. But at the same time, most people don't even know that I'm an interior designer.
Okay.
Right. So if my purpose was just to thought heal, right? What happened to being an interior designer?
Right. Right.
Right. I'm also somebody who loves to fet. I love to party. Right. That has a purpose. That has a purpose for my life, and it has a purpose for the people that love to party with me.
Right.
Right. And so my purpose isn't defined in what I do as a thought healer. So I loved what someone said on Facebook, that being a mother, I'm a mother. I had a purpose. I was a wife. That definitely has a purpose, right? I'm a granddaughter. I'm a daughter. I'm a cousin. There's so many, everything has purpose. So thank you, Jacqueline, for coming on. And I want you to live in while you're up there. And that could just be for a moment. You could buy another house next year. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But you get to create your purpose in every moment and everywhere you go. You get to use the information and the lessons from living there to share with somebody else. You're sharing it in this community right now. There might be people in the community that's also feeling disconnected from their community. And just the fact that you're there sharing about the disconnection is purposeful. Because what it says is that as people, we need community. You're not the only one. There's been times that I've lived in my community and I felt disconnected. Yeah. So what do? Even though I'm still around people of my same hue, I still go out and I know my neighbors. I get to know the people in my community. However, there are people on this chat, in this Zoom, on Facebook right now, feeling the exact same way. So who knows whether you meant to live in that community to get on here today to even share about disconnection and what that does to the spirit.
Thank you.
And that's on purpose. Awesome. Thank you, Jacqueline. John, where are we? In comments, Facebook?
Yes. I'm sure. It's people's minds are ticking and the comments are flowing in. We have quite a few people mentioning what their purpose is, but there's a comment that sticks out to me here in the Zoom chat, and it's from Catherine Jennings. And Catherine says, "When I cannot connect with women, then I am not connected with me. I am woman."
Wow.
And
wow.
Yeah, Catherine said a few things earlier. And
that's
go ahead,
powerful,
Meika.
John. Can you read that one more time? Just start from when I'm not connected to women.
When I cannot connect with women, then I am not connected with me. I am woman.
That is beautiful. Catherine, can you come on?
I'm on.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. So what opened up for you to even share that? Like what's the background from that?
Well, when you were sharing your story about being working in the familiar realm with your coaching with men, so that came to me. I had a lot of identification with that, because when I was younger, I grew up developing early. So boys and men were very familiar to me, mostly because my father was absent. So I gravitated to finding some type of connection with men, older men. So that was my familiar. And then I had an experience. I was incarcerated for a period of time. And so I was not incarcerated with men. So I had to learn how to relate and deal with women. And it was a challenge. And so when I left being confined and had to reconnect with society, I had to spend a lot of time with making friends with people who look like me, not because their skin was like mine, but because they had a vagina or they had breasts. I needed to make that connection. So I identified with what you were saying, however, on a different level. So now I know that my strength is with women. You know, I don't need to fill the emptiness of my heart or my soul because my father, was not there for me with relationships with men. My strength is with women because I'm a woman. I'm a woman to love me. So I learned to love myself, and then also to see myself in other women. And you know what I do, which brings me some type of balance? I compliment women just on a regular on the street. My thing now is because it's summer and everybody's showing their legs, I say, your legs are almost pretty as mine. To let them know that I'm seeing you and I'm seeing you and me and making that connection. So I do that because I know how hard it is to be unconditioned from what I used to do, which was not building me to my purpose. So
Well, let me stop you there, right?
Okay.
Because I was interested in, have you found the purpose of your incarceration?
of course,
What's the purpose?
to be still and accept really who I am.
Beautiful.
I had to be
Beautiful.
still. Yeah.
Because, and I'm so proud of you for saying that so boldly and so clearly, right? And because a lot of people go through things in life and they are not looking at what's the point or the purpose.
Right.
Like, why did I go through that? Right? Why did I experience that? Why did my kids, why did this happen? Right? They'll turn what happened into a complaint versus discovering the point and the purpose. Right? And when I was young, I moved from my grandmother's. I was in Montessori, and I moved from my grandmother's house with my mother, right? And it was recently, and I've shared the story on Wake Up, I've shared it in my sessions, and it was recently that I went down to visit my family, and I was with my grandmother, right? And I discovered that there was a point and purpose of me leaving my grandmother. I always thought that I would have had a better life if I stayed with my grandmother, because moving to the projects, moving to Brevoort just turned my life upside down. But guess what? There was a point and purpose of my life turning upside down. There's so much that I gained, so much that I learned, right? And what I learned, the richness of what I learned is the fierceness of my mother. So what I resented about my mother is what I discovered about, that's within me now. I needed to be with my mother to get that fierceness from my mother, right? And it was just me and my mother, and we went through it, right? And all that we went through, all of it had a point and all of it had a purpose. I'm here today. I can be with women. I understand when mothers and daughters go through whatever it is that they go through. I have compassion for young girls who are struggling to connect to their mother and understand their mother, right? And so I went through all of that to be able to speak to it, to be able to feel it, to be able to hear it, to be able to transmute the energy, right? But I spent a long time saying, what was the point and the purpose of me going through that? And being in a whole complaint about my mother, right? And putting my grandmother in this world of, she would have been the better parent. That was my mind movie, right? She would have been the better parent. But I was looking at my cousin that my grandmother actually raised, right? And I said, Lord, thank God. Thank goodness I wasn't raised by her. I love my grandmother. But the universe knew, right? It's time to move. It's time to move in this direction, right? Because I know me, and I would have rebelled if I rebelled with my mother, but I would have rebelled much younger if I lived with my grandmother, right? And so the universe gave me that opportunity to understand the point and the purpose of that experience. And I thank you for sharing with us, your life story, and also connecting to women, because women have this thing. We got this jealousy, competition, bickering, jabbing, little back jabs, and not having compassion for the words that come out of our mouth and how those words land on another woman. We could be very mean and spiteful and hurtful towards each other, right? And we need each other as community. There is a point and purpose that women came together and they gathered in all cultures, and they nurtured the land and they nurtured the children and they came together. And so we don't want to lose that with our bitterness, with our hurt, with our fearing another woman. Women don't want to say that, right? When another woman comes around, women don't want to talk about their own fear, right? Around another woman. And so we want to just like vomit this stuff up so that we are free and we are on purpose. You woke up this morning on purpose. The fact that you are breathing is on purpose. There are so many people who did not wake up this morning, who are not on this chat, who's not in this community, who's not on Facebook. And even that's on purpose. And when we start to really connect to awareness, bringing awareness to purpose, being aware. See, I wasn't aware for a long time. What I was in was my complaint.
Right.
I was in my upset. I had no awareness about the things that were happening to me or have happened to me, right? And so when you start to bring awareness into your life, into your circumstances, what it does is releases you. It releases you from that dogma of complaint, the dogma of the upset, right? And then you begin to start to have freedom around, like, even the most worst thing, you're like, now I get why that happened. I understand, right? But it's important to bring awareness to your life. Everything that has happened to us, even the most horrible things that have happened to us, we want to bring awareness to what happened. What was the purpose of that happening? There are terrible things that have happened in my life. Terrible, right? And I can still bring awareness to it by even understanding what that other person was going through. Not sympathy for that person, not sympathy, not feeling sorry for them, right? But an awareness of it. People have hurt me, but what I get now is I'm aware of their fear and I'm aware of their pain. People have said things to me that was so hurtful. And I'm aware now, oh, that ain't nothing about me. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm aware that they're hurting and that they're in pain. You get that?
I do get that, and I so identify with what you're saying. Just on Friday, someone broke into the car, and I neglectfully left my pocketbook and my cell phone in the car, and my luggage was there. So many things were taken of great value, literature, my books and stuff, and I was traumatized, right? So
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
me being aware of that it brought trauma to me. I was just getting over my spouse dying March 18th. So
my condolences.
Thank you. And I was getting a little balance, and then that happened. And so I had to stop and say, okay, well, after, I went through my trauma and almost having like a nervous breakdown, what it felt like. And I was, okay, what's happening here? What is it that I need to learn here? And then Meika, my baby sister, was like, Saturday, it happened Friday, Sunday. Okay, you're not over that yet? And started proceeded to talk to me very strong and using profanity and yelling. And so I sat on the phone in awareness. I'm responding to that word awareness that you just used. And so I was so connected to myself that I was listening and hearing her. And like you just said, okay, that's not for me. And however, when someone comes from a place like that instantaneously toward you, then there's some residue that they're living in toward you. And so for right now, why I'm coming to Woo more often is because me being connected to my reason for being, often is conflict for other people who are my loved ones, because they want me to be something that I was, but I'm not any longer, and they have not yet accepted who I am. So
And that's awareness. Instead of fighting it, it's like, I see that where you guys are, right? And I also am honoring myself. See, when you make, earlier on, someone said, you know, when we were making our purpose soup, commitment. See, when you declare who you are as a commitment, right? Like I committed to, when I was working with Jacqueline, I committed to the world, right? To humanity. That also includes me. See, a lot of times we make these commitments and we're all about people. We're all about, you know, impacting people, but we forget about ourselves. That also, I am also committed to me. I am committed to me. That includes me, right? And my commitment is about clarity, people being clear. And I am also aware of those who have no interest in that clarity. Instead of trying to get them somewhere, fighting them to get them to understand possibility and love, you know what I'm saying? What I do is I give them space. I give them space for them to walk one day, walk in. My aunt taught me something so valuable a long time ago. She said, you always lay seeds, even for people who don't want the seeds. You always lay seeds, because it doesn't mean that you are the seed layer and the water bearer, right? It means that you laid the seed. Somebody 20 years from now may come and be the water bearer. And then that seed that you laid starts to blossom. So you always lay seeds. You don't have to be argumentative. You don't have to fight people to have them fall in love with life, right? You can understand where they are. You could bring awareness to where they are. And you get it. That's where they are. I'm just going to lay this seed. And they might be like, I'm not even interested in your seeds, right?
Right.
But 20 years from now, 10 years from now, a year from now, a day, I can't tell you how many people have come up to me and said, Meika, I remember 10 years ago, you said something. You said that I need balance, and I couldn't hear it then, right? But now I hear it. So even me, I bring purpose to even laying the seeds. I bring awareness to where people are, but that also includes yourself. That includes yourself. The I am for the world is also the I am for yourself.
Yes.
And that's for not just for you, Catherine, that's for the entire community.
Yes. Yes.
And so that's how we begin to start to live on purpose and live in purpose, right? Purpose isn't just this defined thing. And everybody's not gonna have the Dr. King purpose, you know, which is great. Some people will with that commitment, because it takes commitment. Even in my purpose, you know, on being a designer, right? I don't really practice interior design. I'm on a day-to-day basis, this is what I do. I'm a thought healer. I coach people every day, right? That's what I do on a day-to-day. However, right, everything that I do, I am bringing awareness to. Even if I am doing something, because what I noticed in my life is that I started just doing stuff because I knew how to do it. And I was listening to an audiobook. I can't remember which one. I think it was Eckhart Tolle, right? And he said, slow down and bring awareness to your cooking, right? Just cooking. And I started slowing down and started bringing awareness to when I'm cooking, right? And I started to see how many steps I missed, how my food tastes different when I bring purpose to cooking. because I resented cooking because I'm a mom of 3 kings and I made them fresh food every day and I resented it. So when I started cooking for myself, right, it was just like necessity. But I wasn't bringing love or awareness to, or purpose to even cooking, something as small as cooking, right? What was winning out was my resentment. So we have to start to check ourselves. Are we more on purpose for our anger, our resentment, our bitterness? Are we on purpose for our complaint? Are we on purpose, or do we purposefully just go into conversations complaining to people and our upsets? Because we have normalized being upset.
Yes.
And so, Catherine, I want to say thank you for sharing with us. I want to, I know
Meika?
some people.
Yeah, no, Meika, before I'm complete, let me just plant a seed that when people come to me and they have family members, children included, to remind me of maybe shortcomings or character defects or the past, you know, or you was in prison, and when you was in prison, how it impacted me. So I say, and this is from truth, is that I owe you nothing. I don't owe you anything. What I do owe me is to be my healthiest divine self and live intentionally on purpose. Now, you can't get missed out if that's what I'm doing. Everyone will always benefit if that's what I'm doing. So I freed myself by making that my motto. I live out loud, intentionally, on purpose, and my health is my priority, and love comes from all of that. No one can be missed out with that. And I am complete.
Beautiful, and that's fierce. That is boldness. I owe you nothing. Right? Thank you for sharing. And I get that whatever I've gone through is still impacting you, right? But that's still over there with you. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you for that boldness. So, you know, I want people to start to see that everything that you do, and can you take the screen down on Catherine for me, whoever the admin is? Everything that you do has purpose. Every single thing that we do is purposeful. And everybody always thinks that purpose is just the positive. People intentionally, on purpose, try to hurt you. Right? On purpose, you sabotage yourself on purpose. You think it's not on purpose, but it's on purpose. And so you got to start to find out for yourself, what purpose am I on? What track am I on? Am I purposely sabotaging myself, or am I purposely satisfying myself? What purpose am I on? We got to start to tell the truth. We got to start to talk out loud and tell the truth on ourselves. Feelings, even emotions, they have a purpose. They have a point. It might be there for you to just speak up and talk out loud, or talk to your committed listeners so that they can hear you, right? And you can get it out loud and out of you. I know we have 3 minutes, and we have, it's about to be 3 minutes to 8. And for those who have to leave at 8 o'clock, I want to say thank you for your love. Thank you for your listening. I want you to know that every day that you wake up, it is on purpose. Everything that you do, when you bring awareness to your purpose, you shine. You are your own leader in your life. You are on purpose every day. You are purpose. There is a reason for your existence. The birds know that you exist. The wind knows that you exist. Even if your neighbor doesn't know that you exist, life knows that you exist. And it's important for you to know that your existence is on purpose. Thank you for those who have to go at 8 o'clock. And so I want to hear from a few people about what's opening up for you in this conversation. Like I'm all about the community, because for me, the community is the star of the show, not me. I'm here and I'm also the star, but we're the stars together. So I want to hear from the community. What's opening up for you around this conversation of awareness and purpose? John, if you see someone who I see Purple has her hand up.
Yes, you can go straight to Purple, but I want to mention to you that in the last 25 minutes, we've had about 60 comments dropped in the chat.
I love the chat. The chat just blows up. It's its own thing. It's its own show. Oh my God. It's so juicy. Go ahead, Purple.
Yo, good morning.
Good morning.
It's so wild. It's a lot for me to be speechless. It's like what I'm learning about being speechless. For real, this morning, I'm learning the purpose of listening. And I'm in a very serene space. I'm at a beach. The ocean is in the background. And it's not necessarily stillness. There's something in being to discover, right? There's something into listening. And I'm wondering like how to speak. And I was just about to go because it's 8 o'clock. And I'm like, I gotta say something. But then I got there's no thing to say, just be. And I did the weirdest thing. And I'm learning the purpose of saying, y'all, as I'm laying here. I could feel where there was blockage in areas of my body as I was laying on the stand. I was trying to get grounded, right? And you don't need to try. It was like, just be here. Just be here listening. And then I started shaping the sand under my blanket. And it's actually around all of the areas where there was blockage. And I'm like nurturing myself in nature. And now I'm starting to understand my relationship to nature this morning, with the purpose of why I really have to just be with the clouds or listen to water. It's like, it's nurturing. And so maybe my purpose is to nurture. That's what it was. I was listening this morning like, oh, my purpose is connect people, places, and things. I'm like, no, my purpose is to nurture, and it's nurture me. So thank you.
Beautiful. Can you actually turn the phone around to the sand?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So we can all see. I love the ocean. I love the beach.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm so glad that you brought up the beach and the ocean, because I said in my promo video yesterday, does the ocean know its purpose? Is the sand looking for purpose? Is the ocean looking for purpose? No, it just be. It just be. Right? But we're always looking for our purpose, right? Something that defines us versus who you say, right? And so the sand is so nurturing, and everybody has its own experience of the sand. Everyone has their own.
I straight up shaped the sand, and it made me realize, like, wait a minute, that's why it feels different to be buried in the sand. I'm like, yo, the next time I go to the beach with someone, we're gonna bury each other in the sand. It shapes around you as you are.
Right.
It's so powerful.
And not only that, the sand is earth. It knows you exist. It knows you're there. Right? It operates at a certain frequency, and so do you. Right? That's why the ocean is so soothing for most people. Right? Some people hate the ocean, some people hate the sand, right? At a certain frequency, those frequencies don't align, right? For those who hate the ocean and hate the sand. It's nothing negative, it's just a disalignment, right? And for those who love the ocean, it's because the ocean is vibrating at a certain frequency, and so are you. Right? And now you're gravitating towards that frequency. It's just like people, right? There's certain frequencies that people are gravitating to that we will go to and certain frequencies that we repel from, right? So some people don't like to be up in the clouds, like they don't like flying. That's a frequency that they don't enjoy, right? And so it's important for you on purpose to know who you are, what matters to you. So when we were talking about our purpose soup, Louise said love. Love is the key ingredient to purpose. Love is the key ingredient. I practice my purpose when I practice my loves. I practice my purpose when I practice my loves. When I am buying something beautiful, when I am next to this palm here, when I am next to art, when I see art and I acknowledge, Catherine said, just complimenting somebody, that has a purpose to it. That opens up somebody's heart chakra. Somebody might be repelled from it. That's just frequency, right? But it's important for us to start with, if you are struggling with purpose, it's because you are also struggling with defining what you love. You know, love is it just seals it all. Love is the power that moves all of us, right? And when we start to connect to what we love and we bring awareness, conscious awareness to what we love, right? That's when we start stepping into our purpose. You know, people talk about, people are actually committing suicide because they think they have no purpose. They are taking themselves out because they think they have no purpose. And your purpose is to love. Your purpose is to love and serve. And service of in the world is not just service to people, but also service of yourself. You know, I always share about my one of my aunts work at the St. Regis Hotel. And I love going to visit her because as soon as you get on the block, the doormen are so magical, just the doormen, right? And it's an experience from just the hello. Even the hello has purpose. They bring purpose to the hello. And so even though you don't know them, you feel a particular way just from them saying, good morning, hello, right? And it's an expression of the resort. It's also authentic to them, because you know when something's not authentic. You know when somebody's phony, right? And so who's to say that the guy pumping gas doesn't have purpose, or the gas station, the gas pump attendant is not, that job isn't purposeful? We are sitting here hating our jobs because we are not bringing purpose and awareness to your job. I don't care what job you have. If you are uncomfortable in that job, then shift the purpose. Shift the purpose. Nobody says that you have to be that or work there anymore. Change the purpose, right? So if you work at Dwayne Reed, I go to Dwayne Reed and it is not a healthy experience all the time for me. It's like, oh my goodness, the attitude is real, you know? And so you go to Dwayne Reed or Walgreens or any one of them, right, in the Brooklyn area, and there's so much attitude. It's because they're not seeing their purpose in that position, right? And if they just took on, I'm going to bring purpose to this position. And if I no longer like this position, I have the opportunity to shift it, to switch it, to move from it. Okay, I no longer want to be a clerk. Now let me go practice a new skill so I could go be whatever the hell I say I want to be. I could go move. And so we become stagnant in a complaint because we feel stuck and we feel like this job has no purpose. Me working at a Dwayne Reed has no purpose. Yes, it does. It is can you imagine? There's no more clerks nowhere. There's no more cash registers. Everything is computerized everywhere you go. Because that's the track that we're on. Right? That's the track that we're on. No more token booths. They have the not even the Metro card. They have the thing now you do with your debit card, right? Without the Metro card. No more bank tellers. No more. Those are people that we get the opportunities to connect with. Your banker, the person you see at the token booth every day, the person you say hello to every day on your way to work. If we start Xing out people, then we start losing connection. So it's important for you to start to see how much of a complaint you are and how much you are not bringing your awareness and purpose to your job or whatever it is that you do in life, because you get the opportunity to shift at any given moment. I love being an interior designer, but I also love being a thought healer. I also love being a friend. I would love to just be like a travel blogger, just travel the world and blog, right? But would that mean that I give up my purpose of interior design and a thought healer? No, I get to say how it go. I get to create. So John, is there anybody else who, before we go, we have another 20 minutes to work on purpose?
Let's go to the chat for a bit because there's so many people here to acknowledge in the chat that have shared, and we've had a lot of support for our guests who have come on and being vulnerable with you. There's a lot of support for them.
Thank you,
And
John.
one of the things that jumped up a lot in the chat was connection with people who related with Jackie and her share of disconnection with her community. We've had some conversation about that. Let's go back for a bit. And let me just call on someone because I've noticed that quite a few people here, and I don't think Noelle is still with us, but Noelle was with us for a bit. No, she is not. She's not with us. But I thought that her contribution would have been good as far as a verbal share. Let's see. Who else? Let's see a hand.
Yes.
Come on,
Anybody ready to share and jump in around purpose? What's open up for you in this conversation?
Something just hit me, Meika, and a name that I have not seen before, and I'm curious to whether Lisa King is willing to come on and have a conversation with you about purpose. Lisa, are you a willing participant?
Lisa, are you available? Let me see, because I don't want to go into seeing who's available.
Okay.
I see Wendy.
Yes. Wendy is ready, and Wendy did share. I believe she was driving earlier.
I'm
Stop
here.
the comment. Come on,
I'm
Wendy.
about to go into work, but I had to say, I did put something in the chat about my discomfort with being in large groups of women. You know, I had difficulty relating to women because I was extremely shy, and I found that they were so critical and, you know, all the things you mentioned about women towards women, the negative things. But I just realized that I'm a designer, dressmaker, which puts me in contact with women on a very personal level, you know, seeing them in their most vulnerable state when they have to take clothes off to be measured or to try on clothing. And I've been doing that for a number of years. So it's amazing how the universe would propel you into situations to help you learn and grow and get over your little phobias. And it just dawned on me as, you know, listening to the contributions that I actually connect with women through dressmaking and design. And it's something that I have had periods of divorcing myself from doing it. You know, I just not in the mood and I don't want to do it. So I need to kind of examine myself, and the times when I know I don't feel like sewing, I don't want to sew, what's going on with me, you know, and why these moments come up from time to time. And I'm complete because I'm going into work now.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you so much for sharing just like how you have it in your mind one way, but the universe is showing you that you actually do it. And sometimes the thing that triggers us the most is the thing that we need to heal, right? Sometimes the things that make us uncomfortable the most are the things that we need to actually expand on and grow, right? They might be traumas from childhood, they might be traumas from the past, however it is, but if the universe is pushing us in that direction for us to heal it. So thank you, Wendy. Have a great day.
Meika, Lisa, I believe is ready now. Lisa?
Hey, Lisa, how are you? You got to unmute.
Oh, sorry.
How
Hi,
are
Meika.
you?
Hi, everyone.
How are you? So
I'm doing well, thank
good.
you.
So what are you getting from this conversation?
Well, my fabulous Desiree texted me this morning, said Meika is on. So if you're up, go and log on. And I logged on. I wasn't sure what no one was talking about, but for some strange reason, I don't know how I knew my name was going to get called. I just knew. I was in the kitchen cleaning and I said, my name gonna get called. I guarantee it. And so I'm just here today because the purpose of this morning is me just being here. And that's what I'm gathering, that, I need to come back to the Wu family more often since I got time. So it's a bit of a commitment to myself that I'm gonna make because it's been great to me. You guys have been wonderful to me.
And you see that text message had a purpose, right? Because it woke you up to something that
Yes,
of a commitment.
it sure did.
Right?
Absolutely.
And sometimes you're like, oh, why did I get this
Yes.
message, right? And we don't bring awareness to what the universe is trying to speaks to us in so many different forms, right? But we judge it,
Yeah.
which gets in the way of what is trying to it's trying to give us communication. I was on the beach yesterday and this Syrian Jew, he said he was a Syrian Jewish man. He was talking with us and me and my girlfriends. And he said to me, now he was drunk out his mind, right? Like drunk, right? And he said to me, he said, I have a business partner, right? And he gets 10%, right? And I was like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah, I'm in real estate. He was like, and my business partner, he said he rules over everything. He said, so in Syria, sometimes I'm with billionaires. He was like, and my people are like, who he said, people are like, who do you think you are? And he was like, I'm he said his name, Isaac. He was like, but it's not about who I am, it's about who my business partner is, right? So I kept saying like, well, who is your business partner, right? This man was drunk out of his mind. He was like, my business partner? I said, yeah, like, who is your business partner? You keep bringing up your business partner. Who is this person, right? And he was like, oh, my business partner is God. And he was like,
I like that.
And he was like, and that's my business partner, right? But the way, he wants to talk for an hour about his business partner until I finally asked, who is your business partner? Who is this person? Right? And he was like, my business partner is God, right? And so I was like, I never looked at it through that context. And I could have just judged him and cut off my listening because he was drunk. Now I listened to him for an hour, right?
Wow.
Like we were just kicking it. He was telling me about, different restaurants, but inside of that hour conversation, he kept bringing up his business partner, which made such a big point that I was like, wait, who is he here? Is he on the beach with us? Like, and he was going like my business partner, like he was with us, right? And so sometimes we judge the way that the communication is coming. We judge the person or we cut off communication. We have no idea the goal that might come through something that is like a hot mess, right? But I'm experiencing this hot mess for a reason. right? And understanding
Yeah.
the point and the
Yeah.
purpose.
I realize I'm my biggest critic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I
And
realize I am my biggest, I am hard on myself, probably more than anybody else see me, and I have a great amount of people in my life, which means, I must be great because they want to be around me. But sometimes I don't feel that way about myself. So it's about, just learning how to just be me and
so let me ask you
being
a
okay with
question,
everyone
Lisa.
else.
What is the purpose of being hard on yourself? What do you get? What's the benefit?
Nothing.
There is, and that's where you got to bring the awareness to. There is something that you get from being hard on yourself. And you get all of us. This is not just a conversation with Lisa. This is a conversation for all of us.
I think it's because the thing is that the women that I had in my life taught me what to do and what not to do, but they never taught me how to be, just how to be comfortable being a woman, so that in
Maybe that wasn't
itself,
their
I
job.
feel like,
Maybe that wasn't their job. Sometimes we think our parents' job is what we saw on TV, right? Or what somebody else's parent did. Maybe my parent was just to bring me into this world. And that was their job. That was the extent of it. Right? But I want you to hear the question, and I want you to really think about how do you benefit from being hard on yourself? And that's everybody. Ask yourself that question. So say the question out loud to yourself. Say, Lisa, I want you to repeat after me, right? I want you to say, Lisa, how do you benefit from being so hard on yourself? I want you to say that to yourself.
Lisa, how do you benefit for being so hard on yourself?
What comes up? Ask the question
I
again.
think that's it. Lisa, what do you benefit for being so hard on yourself? What's coming up for me is I think it's a part of what's normal for me to just be hard on myself, because the same way you're hard on yourself is the same way you can dance with being good to yourself. So I think I'm just used to being this way with myself.
Were your parents critical of you?
No.
So you do it to yourself, period.
Yeah. Well, a lot of things happen with my parents and their relationship that brought a lot of insecurity. So that might be it too. Maybe.
Well, when you're hard on yourself, right, it's because you're after something called perfection. Right? Like you won't do it if it's not perfect. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I struggled
or if I know I'm not good at it.
Right. And so that's why we don't step into other arenas, because we want to do what's familiar, because we know how to perfect this. We know how to do this. Right? But doing something a little bit different, it's a little bit scary, because who wants to be judged? Who wants to be rejected? Who wants to be criticized? So it's like I stay in my perfection box, or how I know how to do it box. This is what I know how to do box, right? Because I don't get judged here, because I know how to do it. But what human beings have stopped doing is practicing something new. Nobody said that you're going to be an expert when you first come out the gate, but to practice something new. That I told you, it took me almost 3-4 years to learn how to communicate with women. It took me a long time to learn how to communicate to women, and so that they can get my communication and I can get theirs. Because men communicate differently, and also they can take communication differently. And it was not pretty coming out the gate. I had to deal with women emotions and their upsets. But if I stopped and turned back to, no, I just got to deal with men, right? I wouldn't be in this conversation with you today. That discomfort had a purpose. That discomfort had a purpose. That new practice had a purpose. And I was wobbly legs like a newborn baby. And so maybe the new practice is mucking it up, Lisa.
Yeah.
Mucking it up, allowing yourself to be judged. Okay, I ain't get that one right. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's all about you becoming free. Free, like free and clear. And bringing awareness to this. All of this had a purpose. You being so locked up around like criticizing yourself and being hard on yourself, even that has a purpose, because you know the discomfort of that. So when another human being, because our purpose is to serve.
Yes.
Our purpose is to create, consistently create. And so if you're in a conversation with a woman who is dealing with, or a man who is another human being, or a child who is so hard on themselves, you know how that feels. And now you can speak to it. There was a purpose of you understanding that feeling. Now we take our purpose, we use it, and we're like Jedis with it. We take what we experience, we take all the pain, we take and then we become Jedis with it. We become masters, and we be able to transmute what we've been through so somebody else can become free, including ourselves.
Yeah. Well said. Yes.
So I want you to say out loud, I'm not perfect.
I'm not perfect.
But I'm perfectly made.
But I'm perfectly made.
I'm not perfect.
I'm not perfect.
But I'm perfectly made.
But I'm perfectly made.
How does that feel in your body?
It feels great. Yeah.
So that's a practice to say. Write it out.
Perfect, but I'm perfectly made. Yes, I will.
Put it on
Absolutely.
Post-its. Write it out. Say it every day. Say it with momentum. I'm not perfect, but I'm perfectly made. Say it on the bus. Say it while you're grocery shopping. I'm not perfect, but I'm perfectly made. Somebody judge you. I'm not perfect, but I'm perfectly made. Somebody criticize you. Yeah, I saw that was a mess up. I'm not perfect, but I'm perfectly made.
I'm perfectly made. I love it.
Okay.
I will definitely write that. Yes. Thank you, Meika.
You're welcome.
You, everyone.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, we have one more quick share before we go. Or John, you want to share some of the comments?
Yeah, the comments went wild. The comments went wild. I got lots of comments. Meika.
I love it.
What I'm gonna do, because I'm thinking, I don't know if anything jumped out for my other admins, Kenyofu and Charmaine, who normally shares from Facebook. Haven't heard your voices. If there's anything that jumped out to you,
anything on Facebook?
And oh man, yes. All right, so Veronica Cutton Johnson on Facebook in response says, there is no payoff, just the struggle to be perfect. And that was in response to your question that you had, how do we benefit from being so hard on self? Let me see what else we got here. Oh man, it's like, all right. So then Kaisha, she's responding to Purple. I agree with Purple. I spontaneously booked an Airbnb in Galveston because I need to be near the ocean and listen to the waves. It gives me peace, even though the waves are loud and violent. I will be there on Sunday and can't wait. And there's a lot of juice, a lot of juice on Facebook.
Awesome. Well, Facebook, I'm definitely going on Facebook to respond to all your questions, all your responses. It'll be probably midday before I get to it, but I definitely will get to those Facebook comments and be in communication with y'all on Facebook. I just want to leave everybody with, like when you wake up in the morning and you say, I woke up on purpose, just saying it out loud. See, we have to speak in reality, right? We live so much inside of our heads. We have to start practicing speaking out loud, because what it does to your hear, you can hear your voice. It wakes up your cells. It's not enough to live in your mind movie. It's very important to, even if you speak your mind movie out loud, you'll hear how outrageous it is. So I woke up on purpose. I to combing my hair. I'm going to bring purpose and awareness to my meeting. I'm going to bring purpose and awareness to my life. You're alive. You are here. Well, we are all in this community. You are breathing, right? I'm going to bring purpose and awareness to my health. You get to say what you bring purpose to, and you still bring purpose to your bullcrap. Right? You still are purposefully complaining. You are still purposefully in an upset, right? And so when you are that way, you can actually say, you know what? I'm gonna shift my state. On purpose, I'm gonna shift how I feel and go call somebody and tell somebody some truth that I need to expose. I need to expose myself on purpose so that I am free to be on purpose. I'm going to expose myself on purpose so I am free to be on purpose. Right? And keep saying it to yourself. It wakes up your whole body when you speak out loud. And it gives your subconscious a new thing to hold on to, a new download to hold on to, so that you can act out that new commitment. If you're unsure about your purpose, practice your loves. Practice your loves. Do that on purpose. Practice love. So we are at 8:31. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to this amazing, amazing community. And so for the giveaway, what I have is 2 free sessions with me. 45-minute coaching sessions, thought healing sessions with your girl, Miss Meika. And we will work on fear, forgiveness, and purpose. Okay. So my numbers, I don't know if Kenyofu or
Yeah. I did the count. And I landed on a name that I'd never seen before, Noemi Anderson.
Noemi.
Noemi, that's my client.
Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. So you won a session with me. So all you have to do is email me at meikaj74@gmail. It's gonna come up in the next slide. And you can screenshot this. You can email me or you can text me, and then we'll schedule the time that we'll speak. But congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. And the next person is Zakia Z.
Zakia. Oh, Z, that's awesome. Z, are you a yes?
I'm surprised. I will have to be a yes. If I'm chosen, it must be for me.
Congratulations. Okay, so same thing. Just email me and then we will set up a time to have those conversations.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. And here is my contact info. If you want to contact me for one-on-one sessions, I do one-on-one sessions. I also have classes. We just finished our fear class and we're going into the part 2 of fear, but I will be doing exposing fear the next session. So if you're interested in one-on-one sessions with me or classes with me, here's my information to be in communication with me. Next
Okay.
slide.
Yes, I'm going to jump in and ask Noemi if she could send me, send me your email address in addition to Meika, just so that we can cover all bases. Thank you.
Sure. So here is the love offerings and donations. So, you know, for a while now, I've been anything that you donate to me. I am a cheerleader for this admin team. Wake Up is the admin team. I can't tell you how much support they give to, and they do this from their hearts. Like they do this for love for you. So I love them, and everything that you donate to me, I give to them because I am a cheerleader for, look, they make me look good, okay? Because this computer thing, I'll be a hot mess. But I love the admin team. So whatever you donate, whether it's $1, $5, money is energy. And we just, I love money. Believe me, I love money. But I also love my admin team. And so whatever you donate to me, I give to them. And so the love offerings and donations, you can Zelle or Quick Pay to soulleadershipdevelopment@gmail.com or Cash App $ Spirit of a Woman. And the code is 360MJ.
All right. So everyone that's here today, please join us tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. Tomorrow is not Sunday. When we're off for the next couple of days, and then we will be here on Sunday with Kamal Patah, and his topic is Rites of Passage, the journey to identifying, claiming, and living your purpose. So we're continuing on with the purpose conversation. Let somebody know, invite them into the space.
Awesome. Awesome.
New members. I did see some new names in the space, so I'm taking it that you all are new. Please drop it in the chat. Say, I am a newbie, and that's a great thing. We welcome you. We want to honor you and acknowledge you. So welcome and come back. Don't let this just be a one-day thing. Come back. We're here on Zoom 5 days a week. Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday are our long days. We're here from 7 to 8:30 on those days. On our short days, Monday and Wednesday, we're here from 7 to 7:30. We're always live on Zoom and streaming live on Facebook. We now have WOO alerts. So if you text WOO Nation to 74121, then you are going to get invitations to join in on the day of, on the morning of. So what that means is you will open up your text, you will type in the number in the two, so instead of putting in someone's name, you put in this number, and then in the subject, in the box, you would type in WOO Nation and press send, and you will begin to get messages. WOO Swag, bit.ly/WOO Swag. That's how you can get your stuff, your Wake Up Everybody t-shirt and sweatshirt, your cup and your mask, and anything else that we add in there. We will let you know when we begin to offer it. So we will walk around and be around representing. do stay in touch. Register every week, bit.ly/wake up movement. Get the email and the link to join. Get insight into who's coming up and what they're speaking about. Join us on Facebook, bit.ly/woo community. Get admitted into the space where you can see the replays and communicate with your Woo community. We're on Instagram and YouTube, still in development. We have an email for you to respond with any questions or comments. That's info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. Take that down. You might be inspired to share something. And the volunteer team is asking you all to consider yourself as part of WOO and in sharing your talents, sharing your time and ability on any team. The teams that are most in need are the Zoom team, the Zoom admin, which is, you see us three doing this on these days. We need more of you. You are looking at a slide right now. The slide is created by a member from the slide team. That team needs you. And every facilitator that you see gets onboarded in order for them to be correct and comfortable. That's done by the onboarding team, and that team needs you as well. So do email info.wakeupseries@gmail.com if you're interested or have any questions. We're looking for you. And with that, I'm going to take down the slide and take off the spotlight, and we can give her a love shower. I'm muting everybody.
Hey, Meika Boo, we love you. Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you, Meika.
So
We love
much.
Thank you,
you.
Meika, for this
I
great
love
exercise.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Learned a
reminding us
lot
that
this
we all have a
morning.
purpose.
We
and that
can't
we
wait
are
till you all
Have a
travel up
lovely
here.
day.
Purpose.
What
Multi-purpose.
all the
Some
clearing
water,
up.
Meika. Let's
Love you,
go
love you,
drink
love you.
water.
Make sure
Well,
y'all
let's
come
move
back
forward,
up to
everybody.
Love your energy. All right. Beautiful.
Peace and
Thank
love
you,
and
everyone.
namaste.
Okay.
And peace.
Hi,
See you,
John.
twin.
Hi,
Love
KW.
you.
John
Thank
Cole.
you.
And everyone have a blessed day.
Yes,
You
yes.
too.
Too. Have a
Everybody,
blessed
blessings to
day.
everybody.
Thank you.
Blessings.
Thanks for
Blessings.
reminding
Blessings
us
to
that we all have
everybody.
a purpose.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Meika, Curly Sue, Goddess. Mwah, mwah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy your weekend, everyone.
Yes, everybody. Love you.
Safe,
Thank
love.
Love
you.
you. Have a good day.
Go to the African Arts Festival. It's this weekend.
It
Okay.
is.
Okay.
Yes.
Have a
Love you, Will. Love you.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Love you all.
Bye.
On purpose. I love you on purpose.
Love
Love y'all. Okay.